Imagine a remote homestead deep in the Bavarian countryside. It's the year 1922, and snow covers the fields as winter lingers. The farmhouse, known as Hinterkaifeck, sits isolated, surrounded by woods with neighbors that are miles away. This is where one of Germany's most chilling and unsolved mysteries would unfold. It's a case filled with eerie signs, horrific murders, and a lingering mystery that has puzzled investigators for over a century. The story begins with the Gruber family. Andreas Gruber, age 63, was the head of the household, living with his wife, Kazilia, age 72, their widowed daughter, Victoria Gabriel, age 35, and her two children, 7-year-old Kazilia, named for her grandmother, and 2-year-old Joseph. Recently, the family had hired a new maid named Maria Baumgartner. Together, they lived a secluded life on their farmstead, Hinterkaifeck, near the village of Grobern. But this family wasn't like the others. Andreas was known to be harsh, abusive even, and rumors of an inappropriate relationship between him and his daughter Victoria circulated throughout the local community. Yet the strange events that led up to their deaths went far beyond any troubled family dynamics. The weeks before the murders, Andreas began noticing disturbing things. Footprints appeared in the snow leading from the nearby woods toward the house, but no tracks led back, as if someone had approached the farmhouse and never left. Then there were the sounds. There were unexplained footsteps in the attic that kept the family awake at night. Multiple times Andreas searched the attic and then the property, but he found nothing. One day, a strange newspaper appeared on their porch, one that no one in the family subscribed to. And when the house keys went missing, their sense of dread only grew. Despite these unsettling signs, the Grubers stayed put. Andreas even mentioned these incidents to neighbors, but he never reported them to the police. On the night of March 31st, 1922, darkness fell over Hinterkaifeck, one that would linger for years. The family was lured one by one into the barn. It's believed that they were led there by a sound, or perhaps by the killer's deception. Inside, each member was brutally bludgeoned to death with a mattock, a tool commonly used for farming. Even the 7-year-old Kazilia showed signs of a struggle, pulling out her own hair in terror. After killing the family in the barn, the murderer entered the house where he killed the maid Maria, who had just started her job that very day, and then 2-year-old Joseph, who was found in his crib. What happened next is perhaps the most chilling aspect of the case. The murderer stayed at the farm for several days after the murders. He fed the livestock, he ate the family's food, and he kept the fireplace burning. Smoke was even seen rising from the chimney by neighbors, who were unaware of the horror within. It wasn't until 4 days later that neighbors began to worry. The family had not been seen at church, and young Kazilia had missed school. Concerned, a few local villagers went to Hinterkaifeck to check on the Grubers. What they found inside the barn and house would haunt them forever. The local police launched an investigation, but the scene was contaminated from the start. Curious neighbors had trampled through the house, and evidence was destroyed. Despite this, some clues were gathered. They found the mattock used in the killings hidden in the attic, but the footprints leading to the house and the missing keys remained unexplained. The police questioned former lovers, disgruntled neighbors, and even considered the possibility of a family member being responsible. Victoria's past lover, Lorenz Schlittenbauer, was heavily scrutinized. He was one of the neighbors who found the bodies and acted suspiciously, even moving the corpses himself. Some speculated that Lorenz might have been Joseph's father and committed the murders out of jealousy or rage. But no concrete evidence ever emerged to link anyone definitively to the crime. Authorities even exhumed the bodies in a last-ditch effort to find clues, but came up empty-handed. Over the years, countless theories have surfaced. Some believe the killer was a vengeful neighbor, Others think it was a drifter or a hired hand seeking revenge. Some even suggest the possibility of a supernatural element, given the strange occurrences before the murders and the sinister aura that seemed to hover over the farmhouse. In 2007, a group of German students took another look at the case and concluded that the killer likely knew the Grubers and was familiar with the layout of the property. Yet even with modern investigative techniques, no one could say for sure who committed the murders at Hinterkaifeck. Today, the Hinterkaifeck farm no longer exists. It was demolished in 1923, just a year after the murders. But the mystery has endured, haunting the minds of true crime enthusiasts, paranormal investigators, and those who are drawn to stories that seem to have no end. The Hinterkaifeck murders are a reminder that sometimes evil leaves no clear trace behind, only questions that echo through time. And as the wind whistles through the Bavarian woods where the farm once stood, it's as if the silence itself holds the secrets of what truly happened on that cold March night in 1922. What do you think happened at Hinterkaifeck? Was it an act of revenge, madness, or something darker? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell for more stories that'll chill you to the bone. Until next time, stay curious, and may God keep you and your loved ones safe from harm.